welcome back to another episode of Omega. I'm Evan.
I'm Nita.
I'm Gabriel.
I'm Angel.
And I'm Azulani.
And today we are talking about our dream jobs. Since we have 3 seniors in here and 2 juniors, we wanted to talk about dream jobs. And not necessarily conventional in any way. What are your dream jobs? Because you guys, well, we're all becoming adults, but you guys are closer to it. So what do you guys think, like...
Oh, I'd go for, like, I guess my dream job is becoming a game developer. Because I want to create my own games. Like, I know it sounds like y'all know me, so I see giving me that face right there, like it seems stereotypical.
Out of everything.
Yeah, but like still, like it's my dream.
It's worthless.
Gabe has a dream.
It's my dream. I genuinely
dreams are meant to be crushed nowadays.
But like I genuinely think of like stuff that like I would want to see in games and like.
Yeah.
I want to try and make those things happen.
What would you want to see in games?
Like, what would I want to see in games? Like, more story-focused ones, like games like actual like character development. Like, not to say like games don't have those.
He's
nowadays.
making series.
But like,
he's gonna have a 7-parter.
It's like seasons.
Yeah.
Where would you go to be a game developer? Like,
Are you planning to go to college for it too?
Yeah. Like some of the colleges I've looked into, like Sol Ross and Angelo State, they have.
Have you applied to any of them?
Yes, I have.
I visited Angelo State.
Like,
they have a good program there for that.
Yeah, two of my dream jobs, basically 2 of my dream jobs is game developer or IT. Because I took an internship for IT here in the city, and I actually learned quite a bit from it, and it was a fun experience. So like. That's what I like. Those are my dream jobs. Like those are like the dream jobs I think I could actually do.
I heard UT has like a great program for that. Like they have like VR headsets and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I'm taking Oscar's AET class for that. Me and you are taking that, and like it seems great. The thing is like I don't know. I'm trying my hardest. I don't know if I'm gonna get in. But like other schools offer other stuff too, like other parts of it.
So you've really looked into it.
Yeah,
it's really a dream.
Have you applied and have heard anything from any colleges yet?
I've applied to Angelo. I applied to Sol Ross, and I applied to Tech. I just need to finish that essay of it. But like, yeah, my dream jobs are game developer and or IT.
Do you have a wilder no? I guess the more wild one would be like. Game developer the most, like normal one would be IT. What about you, Maddie?
Right now I'm looking into a dentist assistant.
Oh,
okay.
Just 'cause it's like 9 months dead, but like it only takes 9 months. And
I'd be so chilled out if I'm so scared of the dentist, like absolutely terrified. If I went in the dentist and Maddie was like, "I'm your assistant today," I'd be like, "Cool."
Yeah, I'll be that.
I'd be so chill about it.
Yeah, but one of my like extreme ones would probably be like traveling. I don't know, something with traveling.
And
something like with helping like
people.
Not like helping like the earth, like.
Oh, okay.
She said we help the people. I would help the earth.
She was like, help people? Nah, they destroy people.
Yeah.
Like an activist or something, but something like paid.
Yeah.
We're all slowly
Hashtag Team Trees.
Yeah, something like that.
Have you looked into any
Here
colleges?
we're Earth activists.
Midland College and Odessa College.
So like close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Gavin?
Really, I don't have a set dream job mainly since like I'm still searching for what I really do like.
Why were you coming at Gabriel then?
Yeah.
Why? Because
he has dreams.
Because he doesn't have dreams to jump on.
Because like I feel like because like I can see because like mine's like stereotypical like I like games.
I've been trying to find something that actually like helps out a lot.
Something that feels like you.
Something that helps not only what I like to do, but like what helps other people out in a way. And it's kind of hard trying to find something like that. I found a couple, but it's not really like what I really want to do.
What about like, do you have a wild one? Something like maybe you wouldn't do, but like it kind of seems like it might be the move?
Really,
Like an
I
astronaut.
I like physical work, really. So like, what I would enjoy is like maybe working on like the whole
I
field.
was gonna say, if he doesn't say oil, they'd be making that money.
They do. I've actually worked for a company that works for the oil field over the
Really?
summer.
That's so cool.
What
about?
about-
Oh.
were you-
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask him like, have you had previous jobs like leading up to like your senior year that you liked or that you would consider like?
I've
faithful?
only had 2 jobs throughout like everything. My first job was DQ, and like, I really hate that job. I really can't stand.
No
walking
shade,
in
DQ.
there.
No, no, I still love your burgers, but
Yeah.
why?
Oh yeah, I love burgers.
They're fresh.
And sweet tea.
I just like the chicken strips and blizzards.
It's the only place with a working ice cream machine.
Why didn't you like working there? What was like
Why?
so bad about
Because I had a set schedule to work there, right? Like I can only work Mondays through Wednesdays, you know, because I was still part time. I'm still a student,
Yeah.
and they would put me as a full time employee. Like,
Wait a minute.
why would they? They have me working like every day, basically every day, right?
Something about
On my days off, they would call me in because you know they had no one else to work with, and like I still needed money, so I was like, if it's overtime, it's overtime. They didn't even put that as overtime, so I was like, you know what? I'm out. The second I left, they raised the pay from 9 to 14. Right there, that's where I was like, yeah, I'm done with DQ.
We're like, wow.
So would you say like when you get out of high school you want like a job that's like more like to your like
Something.
schedule and like that will work? with
Actually,
you?
once I'm out of school, like I don't care what the schedule is. It's just
Yeah.
because I can't have my jobs get in the way of my grades and all that.
Yeah.
So
So when you don't need to, yeah,
Evil
when
sword.
they do.
They definitely do.
What about you? Like, what's something that you?
I don't really know if that's something I've always kind of like struggled with thinking about. I honestly have no idea or direction as to what I want to do or what college I would want to
That's
go
how
to.
I was.
Yeah, like I have no idea.
This was a late thing.
The only thing that I could think about right now maybe is like how like something that helps people, not like physically like a doctor, because I'd be scared. Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
I would.
like helping in your own way.
Kind of, yeah, like people who like need it mentally, like you know, like who like people who suffer like with like anxiety, like maybe depression, like just some like people who need help, people who need someone to talk to, because a lot of people necessarily don't have that as an option, you know, and
So kind of like a not low income, but like, well, yeah, like helping like low income people that can't really afford like a higher state.
yeah, that's definitely something that I would look into, but I don't know, I'm not set on it, you know, that's
Mhm.
like like the top thing that I can think about right now. Other than that, I'm not sure. What about you? I heard, don't you want to go in like business or something?
I've always thought of like being a PR like person for a company, but I've looked into it and it isn't what I thought it was. So I want to be in like design, like you know how you get your little like package from like let's say you order a video game online and it comes in like a cool box. Like I want to be the person that designs things, yeah, like that puts like the
Like
cool.
essentially a graphic designer, or like I think that's what graphic designer.
the graphic designer is meant for like
Like the
it's
logos
computer
of the
work.
company.
Oh yeah.
That's what it
But
is.
I wanna like be hands on, like be like when you open your makeup, like I want to like
Wait,
you to go wow, like this is good packaging,
like
you know?
remember when you got a package and like they had like different like samples of like perfume, they had
Yeah.
like cards that said like here you go, here's a discount,
Yeah,
like
here's a coupon
like,
and stuff like that.
please,
Like,
like,
I'd
come
love
again.
to be in charge of that. But I also like my family has a long history of nurses and like doctors and stuff. So that's always been a thing in the back of my mind. But like Angel, I wanna be more like psychologically, just because I feel like I'm a little bit too clumsy for like being a. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon for the longest time, but it takes years. Like
Yeah.
I mean years.
I was gonna be like a vet, but heck no, that takes years too.
I heard it takes that long time.
I'm
And
just like,
that's why like I think neurosurgery is not for me and PR is not for me. I'd love to go into like the packaging more of it, like be like a creative mind for. But something more wild for me is like Oscar said earlier, like a vlogging YouTuber. Like I'd love to
me
get
too.
paid to show my life. You
Me
know?
too.
And I feel like
me
that's
too.
that's such a cool thing. Like just talk about like this, like just talk about like how you feel about things and just like your input on things. And it may not be like important, but it's important to you. And some people might.
And some people,
some
people will support you.
like
People will resonate, and people will be like, I want more of this.
A lot of people have the same ideas and perspectives, but they just can't like necessarily like speak out about
like
it. Talk about it.
I like those like vlogging channels like where like they have like kind of like the same opinion as like when you find, like
of course, like you're not gonna go watch like if you're like into more mature content, you're not gonna go watch like Logan Paul. You're gonna watch someone like
actually,
like
I think YouTube,
Tyler Oakley or something.
I keep up with this. YouTube actually has an option for you, like like you know how you said where like you're like kind of more mature. It gives you like
you're more into like
stuff.
clothing stuff, and you're not gonna watch like a kid's YouTube channel. You know, you're gonna watch like clothing and fashion and makeup. You're gonna go into the beauty side of it. You're not gonna go into like the food.
YouTube kind of like stepped it up, like for
they have an algorithm, of course.
people, the video creators, the content creators, they have an option every time they upload a video. It's like, who is this like meant for? Like for kids, teens, mature adults, whatsoever. They actually have that now.
And they also have the categories. Like there's a category section in the description box where it's like beauty or like influence.
I want to say this real quick. Who do you actually think you could do that YouTube stuff? Like do you think you could? Do you see yourself? Do you think you could make a career from that?
Yeah, no, of course. Like I mean, look at me, like right now. Like this is how a lot of people tell me this. Like in the daily, like people will come up to me and be like, "Oh, if you were a YouTuber, like I'd watch you."
Me too.
People
they will. No, just kidding.
Yeah, people like
they will. You're watching me all
like I know that's a dream job for people, but like as cool as it sounds, like personally, I don't think I could do it.
See, like my friends will tell me like, "Oh, if you were a YouTuber, like you'd be a good YouTuber," because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not afraid.
No, I'm saying me too.
I'm just laughing because like as soon as you said it, she's like, yeah. Like she knows immediately.
I'm not afraid of like expressing my opinion, and that's what you see in YouTubers. You see YouTubers and you're like, dang, like I want to be like that person. Like that person really states like their opinion. And the thing with YouTubers is they have like clothing lines and merch lines, and that ties in with me wanting to create my own stuff, like creating my own packaging, and like
people wearing it. Oh my god.
Like that's crazy. And people tell me all the time like that would be crazy. Like I would watch you. Like I would recommend like if you made conspiracy theories, if you made like story times, like if you made this, like I would watch. And like they're like so hands down about it, and I'm like. Maybe not a job, maybe not a career, because not everyone hits off. But I would definitely like do it as a side thing. Like just do like maybe you're like done with your college classes and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna turn on the camera and talk about my day, or like I'm gonna vlog my day to make it more interesting.
I've actually recorded myself just doing
and like
stuff.
when I'm doing my makeup or at home, like I'm bored and I'm like, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
I'm like,
so,
okay, so we're gonna
imagine if you did like record yourself and put yourself out there, like. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And I think, like, for some people that started out really small, like, let's put Emma Chamberlain. Like, she started at, like, 15. She didn't really hit off until, like, she was 17. And now she has an apartment.
That's crazy, right? She's 17.
Yeah, she has an apartment. She's an affiliate with Louis Vuitton.
With herself, like, by herself. She lives by herself with the cat.
Yeah. She pays her own car, pays her own apartment, pays her own, like, bills. She has a merch line. She has, like I said, she's a Louis Vuitton advocate. So, like, she's sponsored by Louis Vuitton. She goes to Fashion Week. I mean, this girl is 18. And, like, I think that's
not
crazy.
even 18, 17.
Oh, yeah,
she's probably gonna
about to be. And, like, that's crazy that, like, she started out living in, like, San Francisco, so, like, a small girl, and now she's, like, one of the most famous people, like, for our generation, at least.
And
like, imagine
the
being...
Dolphins, too.
Yeah, the Dolphins started when they were, like...
And they travel, too. They travel everywhere.
Yeah, they're Louis Vuitton advocates, too. Like, who else? You can think of, like, Jeffree Star. He started out, like, in MySpace, and now he has
Oh
like
yeah.
he has like a mansion, and it's like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I don't know. Maybe I don't necessarily see myself as like having a mansion, but I do see myself like trying to like get a platform and put out like the fact that helping people is the best thing. Like there's a lot of people out there that like preach the worst stuff ever. And the little kids are so impressionable. They're like, oh yeah, like let's be racist or something like that. And it's like, no, like let's make a platform and do what's right. You know, teach the kids like values and stuff like that. Because you learn those at home, but you also look at people and you're like, I want to be like them. So you turn like them. And you don't want to be looking at the wrong people. You don't want your kids or your brothers or your nieces to look at the wrong people, you know? Because I think to the people that I looked up to, I think I was fine. Like when I was little, like who did you guys look up to when you were smaller? Like Santa Claus. Like Santa Claus is like a nice person, like it's a nice dude, like.
Bro, the Easter Bunny, I still believe in the Easter Bunny. Like I would.
Yo, you never see him though. How are you gonna look up to him if you can't even see him?
Like,
he's there in my dreams.
Like the people that.
No, you see Santa in the malls.
That were like fictional, but in your childhood, they were nice people. Like the Santa Claus rewarded nice kids, and like that's what you want, you know.
Yeah.
You want to know, like,
kids.
if you're good, you're gonna get rewarded, and if you're bad, you don't get rewarded. So that's the people you look up to. Just people, like people that enforce justice and enforce peace and enforce like a good environment. Like you were saying, like an activist, like that would be a great platform. Like that being your platform of activism and like being.
I was even thinking that I would be vlogging me picking up trash. I'm at work.
Yeah, just being like, oh look, I'm doing community hours, and then imagine community hours start trending. Like doing community hours is cool. Then people following you are like, oh my god, doing community hours is so cool. Then more people start like volunteering and doing community hours and picking up trash and doing this and doing that. Like that's how you start a chain. Yeah. And that would be a thing that I would love to do. You know? Like that would be so amazing. That's what I think.
Like you can make dream jobs out of like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like, I'm not trying to sound like how it's going to sound, but there's people in Mexico that actually start like their own little thing, like their little elote carts and their.
Oh yeah.
And they become popular.
Yeah, because like it depends on how well they do it. You can do anything. Anything could be whatever you do can become something if it's done correctly, or if someone enjoys it.
Yeah, as long as you're passionate about something and you.
Yeah, as long as you make it.
That's how like you again like you see all these YouTubers like they're passionate about like it starts out as a dream job because like they're so passionate about it. Like again like that's why I want to be a game. I'm like passionate about video games. Like I think about this stuff a lot. Like I think I remember like in our AET class we were talking about like change in games and stuff, and like I'm passionate about that, but like I have my own set of like beliefs on how it should be done. Like I'm passionate about like things I genuinely care about. Like again, so I'm passionate on games. I'm starting to get into technology. I'm passionate about like the whole like YouTube stuff and like. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about streaming once or twice, like, so like really that stuff is like about like you gotta be entertaining.
Yeah.
Like and I can see myself being passionate about that. Like it's like again it connects into gaming. I'm really passionate on that, and like everybody has their opinions. Like you always see like on like videos like while they're doing something like they give their opinion on like what they're doing is like how they got into it, what they find can be changed, or like
everyone has a different story. And the thing is that you're always gonna be entertaining to somebody. Yeah. Like you will always like even if you have one viewer, someone is gonna believe in you, but you're never gonna get wherever you wanna get if you don't work for it. You know, like maybe you see it in your future, but if you don't work for it, it's just a sight. Yeah. You know? And
It's just a dream.
even the smallest thing can ignite a change. Like this summer and like even until now, the YouTubers started using metal straws. Going
Oh,
up,
yeah.
they were vlogging themselves, going to Starbucks, going to Dunkin' Donuts, wherever, like popular spots. And then they'd be like, "Don't give me a straw, I have a metal
Yeah.
straw." And then that was a huge thing. Like, I have metal straws.
Me
all the
too.
time.
I
I
have metal
literally
straws.
changed to metal straws.
Yeah, I changed to metal straws because I saw like people like Haley Pham and like Jeffree Star and like Bretman Rock, especially
Yeah,
Bretman Rock.
Brian, yeah.
Like I have straws from his line, like because it was a change and you were seeing a change and it was like, dang, like if famous people are doing it, other people are gonna want to do it because it was a trend for a long time.
Yeah.
Like scrunchies, I have one in my hair right now. Like, jean jackets,
Oh, yeah.
Doc Martens, like Vans, like things like that that are a trend, they become huge, like even in the smallest towns like this. And if like picking up trash and stuff like that are gonna become trends, then that's gonna be so good
Yeah.
for community in general. And like those are things anybody can start, you know? Like
I might just do it.
like if you join student council and you're like, I'm gonna document my process of like getting my service hours in, people are gonna be like, dang, that's so cool. And then they're gonna start doing it and like maybe vlogging themselves, getting other people involved.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's so crazy, like how it sounds easy and maybe it might not be, but like it makes a huge difference in the world.
And even for the people that don't necessarily like believe in it, or like, because there's some people who just do things like to spite other people and like
Yeah.
to like do it because other people are doing it.
Mhm.
Like you're saying, like if we go out and like vlog about like doing like community service hours or anything like that, there's gonna be other people that like not necessarily want to do it, but like are gonna do it because they want to be better.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but like either way, like
They're helping. Like people do a lot of things for what we call clout, like for
Yeah.
for like
we got
For,
we
like-
need to do a segment on clout.
No,
to
we're-
be like an internet sensation, like just to get followers and views and likes and retweets and stuff like that. People do things for clout. And I mean, okay, go do
Like-
it, but they're doing some good things, you know, like
like yeah, there's people who do like good things for clout, and like I can commend you on that, but like people who are doing bad things for
yeah,
clout,
like
Yeah.
licking ice cream, that was such a
Oh.
bad trend.
God,
That was a
I
trend I
remem-
cannot get behind.
I remember, and it's funny too, because that was happening here in Texas.
Yeah,
It's like
they were like blocking the ice cream, like they had guards, like in the ice cream aisle, like it was crazy.
I remember we went
Like,
to La
what?
Tienda, and when that was happening, we went to La Tienda, and you're like, let's get some ice cream, and I was like,
I was like, get some from the back.
and I was like,
I
chips?
did-
You said chips?
You said chips?
I heard chips.
I think that's so nasty. Like I saw people during Thanksgiving where it would be like one influencer was like, oh, I'm giving food to the homeless, and then 2 hours later, like there was another YouTuber. Then 2 hours later, like 30 minutes later, so many other like influencers or celebrities started to give food to the homeless, like just to kind of get on that wave.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, it was a good deed.
they don't necessarily have the right intentions, but in reality, the outcome
They're
is
doing the right thing.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, like, if just a small movement like that can create a chain of reactions that can ultimately benefit everyone.
Mm-hmm. You wanna?
Wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't, because I didn't see Oscar. Okay, well that's that's a wrap up for today, our Omega show. Thank y'all for watching. We'll get back really soon and talk about more issues and just what comes about.
Well, real quick, I want to say, when are we gonna include our special guest again?
We'll talk about that later. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Eagle Sword. Later.